So it seems like they're planning for something big this summer for the internet computer. And that's not even according to me. That's according to the founder of Dfinity, who is none other than Dominic Williams. Did you know that he said that it's going to be a big summer for the internet computer? I think there's a lot to unpack here because they're planning to launch their own DEX, which is called multi-DEX. And then also on top of that, it seems like we're quite close to seeing the full-on launch of cloud engines. So 2026 is shaping up to maybe, hypothetically, be the biggest year for the internet computer, fundamentally speaking. And I'll get into that in today's video, even though nothing I say is financial advice and I'm not telling anyone to do anything. But a main argument that some people may have is that, okay, if let's say Dfinity launches multi-DEX and then also does a full-on launch of cloud engines, even though we've already seen the demo when it comes to that, but if let's say we see the full-on launch this summer alongside multi-DEX in terms of the full-on launch for that as well, people like to say, well, why does that really matter? Well, it's because it's going to be laying down the groundwork for the internet computer moving forward. A launch of that magnitude, or launches, I should say, plural, it wouldn't really affect the price charts, if any, if the market isn't doing the best, which it isn't doing the best as of right now. So a launch of that magnitude or caliber wouldn't really do much, in my opinion, when it comes to the price charts if the market doesn't change. But again, what that does is that it's going to lay down the groundwork when it comes to the internet computer, because it's like, for instance, I don't typically watch soccer, or should I say football, but I do watch the World Cup because it does interest me. And if I take a look at it, when I view these athletes, when they're playing in the World Cup, the reason why they're performing like that, in my opinion, is because they put in all that work for years in advance, right? They've been playing for a very long time. They've already been training and learning how the sport operates. So it's a little bit no different here. If Dfinity does end up, for whatever reason, launch multi-DEX this summer and also does the full-on launch of cloud engines, what that's going to do is that that's going to lay down the groundwork for the internet computer for many multiple years to come, right? So it's a little bit no different like in the World Cup. These people, they've been training for many years and we're seeing the results as of right now. So it's no different here, in my opinion. Dfinity, they have to put in the groundwork first. They have to do the preliminary work, right? It's like, for instance, if someone wants to build a building, they have to build the foundation first. It's a little bit no different here. And multi-DEX, that's going to set a big foundation for the internet computer, especially when it comes to the DeFi side of things, because through that, they're going to be directly competing, in my opinion, with something like a Uni or a Pancake. That's just what they're going to be doing. Now, through cloud engines, that's a completely different ecosystem right there, if I take a look at it, because cloud engines, through that, Dfinity is going to be focused on a market that is currently worth around $1 trillion. I'm not joking. The cloud market as of right now, which they're going to be focused on through cloud engines, that market is currently worth around $1 trillion. So we just got to let that sink in sometimes. And then also on top of that, they even have their base, right, when it comes to AI covered, because they have something called Caffeine AI, which is already in version 3. So if we take a look at, let's say in the case of Dfinity, they have these multiple pathways, in my opinion. So for instance, if AI doesn't really work out too well for them, they have cloud engines, right? They're focused on the cloud market through that. But if that doesn't really work out, they have something like, in the case of multi-DEX, which is a DEX. So if we take a look at it, there's multiple angles here. It's like, for instance, when I was applying to college, I applied to multiple colleges. That's the thing. Why? Well, it's because if one rejects, there's the other ones, So yeah, that's the thing. It's like, personally for me, I kind of view it no different here. In Dfinity, they have these multiple pathways, which I think is a smart idea because we never truly know which one could take off. That's the thing. It's like, for instance, Amazon. When Jeff Bezos first founded Amazon, they were selling books, initially. But now, of course, Amazon sells like so many things. So it's just a diversification. I view it no different here. Selling only books is cool, but at the same time, Amazon, because they diversified, it allowed them to really just reach even greater heights. So it's a little bit no different in this case here. I don't know why it would be a bad thing if they try to go for multiple different angles. I think if anything, it's a smart idea what they're doing. It doesn't mean that they're going to be successful. It doesn't mean that, but at least they're trying. That's the thing. Now, if I take a look at it as well, people could tell me, but yeah, who cares if they launch things during the summer? I mean, what happened last year or the year before and all this? Yeah, I'm aware of that. But here's the thing. The internet computer is actually better right now fundamentally than years in the past. And the thing is this. In 2024, the internet computer almost at $19. In November of last year, almost at $9. Approximately $9, I should say. Right now, we're around $2.20. So the internet computer, in terms of its fundamentals, I think as of right now, it's nearing, if not an all-time high as of right now in terms of its history, because if we take a look at it historically speaking, at this point as we speak, the internet computer, in terms of if we take a look at Dfinity, they're the closest they've ever been in terms of launching multi-decks and also at the same time cloud engines in terms of the full-on launch, right? I didn't see all this back in 2025, 2024. So in terms of its fundamentals, it's way better right now than years in the past. But yet it's cheaper in terms of the price charts. How does that make sense? Well, that's how this space operates sometimes. I'm just not going to complain because I really don't mind the dip, though. That's the thing. I'm not telling anyone to do anything, but I'm just saying. The internet computer, keep in mind, this is so close to its all-time low. Its all-time low is $1.98. So we're around 20 cents higher than that. This is the thing. If I assume that the all-time low is the floor, which arguably it is because the all-time low when it comes to the internet computer is literally considered its historical floor, unless it were to change. But as of right now, for the time being, $1.98 is its historical floor. Just take a look at the price charts, right? However, if we take a look at it on the flip side, what is its ceiling, especially in 2024? So it's around almost $19. So one thing we do know, though, is that we're around 9 times lower than its ceiling in 2024, yet we're so close to the floor, historically speaking. So is this closer to a ceiling or a floor? Mathematically speaking, this is way closer to its floor, or should I say its all-time low. So when people like to tell me, oh, what happens if this goes lower? Well, maybe it could, but we're just so close to its all-time low. We're literally at around those levels as of right now. That's the thing. So yeah, sure, I could dollar cost average, it could go lower. True. But it's so far away from its ceiling in 2024, yet it's so close to its floor, historically speaking. I mean, that's just the way to take a look at it. And the fact that Dominic Williams is planning for a big summer for the internet computer, wow. That seems so fantastic to me because it showcases that even at a time when the market isn't doing the best, they're still planning for things, which really surprises me. And the fact that they're taking multi-decks this seriously, it's just a big thumbs up for me, just because the way you take a look at it, they're taking it so seriously. But again, I didn't really expect anything less because at Dfinity, they typically treat things quite seriously. So yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to that, but I'll be sure to make a video as to what really goes on this summer when it comes to the internet computer. Of course, that's going to be dependent on their updates and stuff like that, but I'll be sure to make an updated video if they do announce anything. So hopefully y'all stay tuned for that. I want to say thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a very wonderful, amazing, and fantastic day. It's been Lee the Captain, and hopefully I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.